Hello friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I'll be reading to you Ravens for Recolonization. So there is some good news here right now too. Our little kitty has become an official part of our channel. It'll be here every day. So yeah. I could put it to walk freely, it can walk wherever it wants, but I think I should be in control of where it goes. So let's just do a little thing with it. Let's feed it. Ooh, cheese. This time it ate chocolate. Yeah, it thinks about stuff. So I named it Fizza, and I call myself Christy. And there's also Dance. It has a weird song to it too. I don't know if I should do it though. So let's just get right into this. So that's the good news to share, that it's gonna be there every time. So, and there's also, I think, yeah. Okay, never mind. Okay, alright, let me see. I'm just gonna say it stops giving comment. Alright. Ravens for Recolonization. So this was posted on October 11, 2019. According to a Japanese legend, a wish is granted to everyone who folds 1,000 paper cranes in 1 year. The University of North British Columbia is giving the legend a twist. Blending legends. The staff and students at UNBC aren't making origami cranes. They're folding a flock of origami ravens. And the university doesn't want anyone to fold 1,000 birds. It's challenging 1,000 people to just make one. Why to start 1,000 conversations about recolonization? Speaking their truth. Senator Murray Sinclair chaired Canada's Truth and Recolonization Commission, TRC. The 6-year project heard from 6,750 residential school survivors. So residential schools are almost like this. When we go to school, we learn, then we come back home, right? Here, you go to school and then you don't come back. So you just live there literally, and you're not allowed to go and see your family unless there's some sort of holiday they celebrate or something, and then you're supposed to go home. So that used to happen in Canada too. So yeah, that's actually something that like we don't really celebrate. It's a day like to remember what we did to the people, the indigenous people. Between the late 18,000s and the 1996, the federal government forced 150,000 Indigenous kids to leave their families and live at residential schools. At the school, children were punished for speaking their own language. They weren't allowed to practice their culture. They went hungry and were abused. More than 6,000 kids died while at residential schools. Non-Indigenous Canadians were shocked and ashamed to hear these stories. Why didn't they know? How could this happen in Canada? And why weren't these stories in the history books? What is recolonization? The Commission released its report in 2015. It was time for Canada to make things right. Recolonization is not an Aboriginal problem. It's a Canadian problem. It involves all of us, explained Senator Sinclair. For recolonization to work and for our relationship to be renewed, There must be awareness, acceptance, apology, and atonement and action. 7 generations of children went through residential schools. It may take us a few generations to fix this, he said. Education holds the key. It is where our country will heal itself. Taking action. Education is the goal of 1000 Ravens Project. Beverly Best is a member of Stellarton First Nation, and she and her team, UNBC First Nation Center, came up with the idea. Why ravens? They're important to indigenous culture. The raven represents a trickster in many of the legends. Mr. Best says, in the creation story, he stole the sun to bring light to a dark world. That's the way we see the truth and recolonization. It is the raven helping us bring light to a dark situation. Hard lessons. Mr. Best teaches students and facility how to fold their ravens. She also teaches them about indigenous history. Neither of these lessons come easy. It is really hard to make these, she says. About halfway through, everybody starts groaning and making comments about how hard it is. But that's why we chose to do this. Because recolonization itself is difficult. And we want you to be thinking about that when you make your raven. And no matter how hard it is, don't give up. If we work together, we can make it happen. And the end result will be beautiful. Fly away home. The First Nation Center has 1000 raven pins. They are handcrafted, beautiful, and anyone who folds ravens earns one. UNBC hopes to give away every single pin by the end of the year. Then its wish may be granted. A wish for friendship, for healing, for understanding, for conversations, for recolonization, as far as the raven flies. So that was the end of the video. If you guys were wondering how that raven looked, this is how those ravens look. So the picture right over here. So that's actually pretty pretty. And that's cute. I would love to know how to make one. Maybe you can search a video up or something and find one. I might even add it in the description below. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.